Put it on shuffle.
Hi, I'm the in-flight air turbulence that hits you in all the right places, Jacob.
And I'm Jabba the Hutt's understudy, Jayme.
And this is
Put it on shuffle.
the podcast album edition. Pew, 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 pew.
Yes.
So, I know it's been a while, just in general, but we decided that every 10 episodes we would review an album as opposed to a single song. I don't know why.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, but the first podcast
Oh,
wasn't great.
I think I remember why, because you brought up the fact that I think it was Regina Spektor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because there's, certain people that have a lot of songs I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm. So that's why you're like, let's do an album. And I was like,
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So, yeah, Queen. Here we have it. Nicki Minaj's fourth album.
Fourth?
Oh, because there was Pink Friday, there was the Pink Print, and then there was Pink Friday Roman Reloaded. And there was also, Pink Friday Roman something.
Roman something.
Because, yeah, it was Pink Friday was her first one. And then it was, Pink Friday Roman Reloaded, which didn't add that many more songs, I don't think. It was only, 6. And isn't it... Why do you think Queen didn't follow the pink trend?
You know what? I didn't even realize there was a pink trend, now that I think about it.
Really?
Well, I didn't pay too much attention to it. I was just like, oh, pink. Maybe because she's...
Oh, no. Pink... Roman Reloaded was a whole album of, 23 songs. But Roman Reloaded, the re-up, was only, 7. Also, the re-up was pretty great. That's, where I'm Legit came from, and The Boys, and Hell Yeah. I Endorse These
Hey
Strippers.
Ya.
Yeah, Hey Ya. Nicki Minaj's cover.
I know some Nicki songs. I don't know all of her songs.
Fake fan.
I never said I was her big... You know what? Just because I don't know every single song of hers doesn't mean I'm a fake fan, bitch. Alright?
I hit a nerve.
I'm finally exploding, guys. If there is a God, he is testing me, this month. They are testing me this month.
The year is 2019. Ariana Grande said God is a woman, and we just all have to accept that.
Okay. Well, anyway, she is testing me right now. Yeah.
Okay, shit.
What was I talking about?
I asked why she dropped the pink trend.
Oh, why do you think, Mr. I know every single Nicki Minaj song, and if you don't, you're a fake fan?
I think it was a rebranding thing. Because remember back when... the cat just jumped up on my chair.
A dog or a cat.
Jamie doesn't know what a cat is. I had my hand on the chair, and he just jumped up on where my hand was.
But he's so cute.
She keeps grabbing his neck like she's gonna choke him. Anyway, because remember when Nicki Minaj first came out, and she kind of had that whole Lady Gaga thing of her, what she was wearing was all kind of weird and over the top, and she was strange, how Lady Gaga used to be with the whole meat dress thing.
Her older music videos, you can see it.
Yeah, I feel that back then. Also, she's that's when she did Barbie and Roman, and she doesn't really do those anymore. And so I think it's kind of a rebranding. Back then she was doing all this because she was trying to challenge and be a different sort of rapper. And so now that she's established and she doesn't need to rely on gimmicks as much, which I don't think she ever really did. I think her talent always kind of carried her. But she doesn't need to focus on the pink, which was
the pink.
Yeah, because when you think of Nicki Minaj, the first things I think of aren't pink, because pink makes me think more of bubblegum poppy stuff, and that's not what Nicki is. So it's kind of even in the Pink Print, where it was pink on a black background, that was kind of already stuff shifting, and then now we have we have Queen, which does, like, it also sounds different from those other albums.
It does. Sounds really different.
So I think that's mainly why. I'm not sure why she waited, that, like, why it's now that she did, because I feel like I don't remember when Pink Friday and Pink Friday Roman Reloaded and Pink Print came out.
I just know Pink Print was 2014.
Yeah, I don't remember, like, how close they were, because I wasn't that big into Nicki at the time. I, like, liked her passively more than, like, directly like I do now. But, like, remember her whole media blackout? I think that was, maybe has something to do with it. Like, she's stopping being on everything so that when she comes back, it won't seem like a huge shift. It'll just, since it'll be, like, it wasn't a gradual shift. She could just do it, like, all at once. And since there was this long period of nothing, it didn't seem as jarring.
Yeah.
And also it was a good, like, advertisement, like, what's it called, plan, you know?
I've been waiting for
advertising stuff.
Pink Print.
Yeah. And so that's why we're here talking about Queen. All 19 tracks of it.
That's probably why she also took so long.
Yeah. I heard that her way of writing was she just, like, goes into the studio and freestyles. Wow. She did an interview with Genius that I watched a while back. But of the 19 tracks, why isn't Barbie Tings one of them? Because I thought it came out as a single. I'm gonna Google it now. Why isn't Barbie Tings on Queen? Because there was one song I remember that she sampled someone, and then whoever she sampled was like, you can't sample me, and so there was, like, law issues. Did you hear about that?
No.
Well,
he didn't either.
Right.
Oh.
Hello, cat. He gets fed at 7. We're filming this at 6:30, so he might be loud. So, we did our research. Sounds like we don't know why it wasn't included.
Also, another tease, or maybe it's a tease to another album because of that.
Yeah, she tweeted something like, who said it's not going to be on one of my albums, but she tweeted that a year ago. And it'd be weird if she released a single for an album that happens, like, that much later, but, like, probably not unheard of. This cat wants so much. He just wants to be fed. Yesterday, I have to feed this cat at 7, right? It was, like, 5:40 when he started meowing, being like, where's my food? And I said, you know you don't get fed this early. And then, like, he also gets fed at, like, 5 a.m. And he started screaming at, like, 2:30. And I'm like, boy, if you don't. I got the Glock.
I'm scared, actually. What happens if you pull the top thing on a gun?
It cocks it, but it might also... I don't think it'll shoot it, but, like, just in case, don't cock the gun.
I didn't.
You could have just made that noise. You didn't have to pick up the gun that our podcast listeners can't even see.
They can hear it, and I did it.
That looks like a gun Nicki Minaj would have, because it's pink. Don't worry about why there's a gun in our studio. It's, like, whatever. So, Queen, thoughts?
The album overall?
Yeah, we'll get into the tracks in a second, but what did you think about it?
I liked it. Obviously. I was surprised because it is different than what she usually does, and the only album I've really listened all the way through is the Pink Print. I can't... What songs were on there?
On Pink Print? You had...
I just know Pills and Potions. Let's do that album instead. But I think it had good tracks, and I mean, she writes all of her music, and we're on Wikipedia, and it shows writers, and she's like the first name in every single song, which is awesome because I feel like a lot of writers or a lot of singers don't really write their music anymore. So you can obviously... Oh, that was like...
You can obviously...
Like Zoe 101, that one girl with the braces. Oh, he knows. Oh, our guest is
Hubble, the cat, not the telescope. Is Hubble a telescope or a space station?
It's a telescope.
But is it like a telescope in space? For some reason, I thought it had something to do with space, which I guess telescopes do. Mm-hmm. They look at it.
Mm-hmm. I forgot what I was saying. But what'd you think about it?
Queen? Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously I liked it. It's great. It goes hard. It's just so Nicki. It's worth the wait from 2014 to, was that last year, 2018? Mm-hmm. I mean, it was great. Like, let's get right into it with the track list. So she has 19 songs, which Pink Print had 20, so it makes me think that something like maybe Barbie Tings was supposed to be on it. Uh-huh. I don't know. The first song is Ganja Burn.
Doesn't ganja mean like, or I know, doesn't like ganja mean like weed? So, I mean, we're not gonna really like, okay.
We're not gonna dive deep into the lyrics because that would take forever.
Exactly.
But I think it was a pretty good first song. Like, have you seen the music video?
No.
Okay, well, doesn't matter. I think it kind of just sets up how, like, the tone's gonna be different for this album, like, pretty well.
She knew what she was doing when she picked that song to be first.
Yeah. Next we have Majesty, which I love.
Oh, yeah,
because I already like Labyrinth as a singer, and then the song's, like, so weird, but then, like, when she goes hard, and Eminem does pretty well, too. And he doesn't even say anything problematic this time.
And you like Eminem, too. Idiot.
I mean, I like people who can rap fast, but, like, I don't listen to Eminem. I like his features on this song and on Roman Revenge. It was pretty good, too. Mm-hmm. But, I have, like, 2 Eminem songs. I don't really know his music that well, but I like people who can rap fast, because I always thought that was cool, which is why I got into Nicki Minaj in the first place, because she could rap fast. Mm-hmm. And so I like Majesty, especially because it has Labyrinth in it. And then that goes right into Barbie Dreams, which is just so funny.
I think that's the only music video I've seen besides, like, Barbie Teens.
With the Muppets?
Yeah.
That was so funny. Like, I don't know half the people she's dissing, but it's still so funny.
You don't? I know, like, I think I don't know, like, 1 or 2, but everyone else, it's funny.
Like, I don't know who Future is.
Mm-hmm. He sings in one of her songs.
Yeah, but doesn't mean I know him. Mm-hmm. I don't know who, caught him in my dressing room stealing dresses and shit. Young Thug, I think.
Was it Young Thug? Whoa. Young Thug.
I used to fuck with Young Thug. I ain't addressing this shit. Caught him in my dressing room stealing dresses.
Yeah, that's one of the ones that I don't really know.
Yeah. I mean, I looked up a lot of them. Mm-hmm. Just because I wanted to, like, know what she was referencing. But there was a lot of them that I didn't know. A lot of them I did know. Mm-hmm. Like, DJ Khaled, that was... And then at the end, it's, like...
Oh, my God, the end is so great. Like, I remember when I first heard Queen, and then I thought the end part of Barbie Dreams was a different song. And I spent, like, 20 minutes trying to find that song.
It's such a, like, tonal shift. Mm-hmm. And I'm not sure, like, why she put it in Barbie Dreams, but it's so good.
I'm glad she did.
Yeah. Oh, God, this cat. And then we got Rich Sex featuring Lil Wayne. Mm-hmm. I think, personally, that was the weakest of the singles.
Really?
Yeah, because, like, what were the singles? It was Rich Sex, Chun-Li, Barbie Tings came out, so I thought it was a single, but it's not even on the album.
I guess it's just those two.
Was it those two? I can't remember if... Sometimes a single comes out, like, the day before. I can't remember if one of those happened. Mm-hmm. But, like, I definitely thought Rich Sex wasn't as good as Chun-Li. I still like it.
Yeah.
Like, you mad doggy? You mad doggy? She's just so weird. I love her. Mm-hmm. I'm Googling Queen singles because I feel bad. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was it might pop up.
Queen is a band, apparently. Looks like some weird, unknown indie rock thing. This is just all Nicki Minaj songs.
Bang Bang.
Bang Bang was a single, and so
Good
was...
Form was a single?
No, this is just songs.
Oh.
And it probably says it on the Wikipedia page that we're already on. Promotional singles, Rich Sex.
Oh, Bed.
Oh yeah, Bed was a single. Chun-Li, Bed, Barbie Dreams was? And so is Majesty and Good Form?
I think
no, they were supposed to be radios. They were supposed to be radio singles, but then they weren't. I mean, I figured Barbie Dreams would have been, but I don't remember having it before the album came out. I don't listen to the radio though, so I only know what my iTunes tells me. Like when you have the pre-order and it's like a song's available and you get it. What's next? Hard White.
That's one of the songs that I never really, I always kind of skipped it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad.
No, it's not bad. It's just
I don't find myself skipping any of these except maybe Sir.
Oh my god. Yeah. I love Nicki's part, but I don't know.
That one has Future in it.
I think it's Future, the one that I don't like, but I don't really like Sir.
He's so hungry.
I thought we were just gonna cut in between, but or Come See About Me. Those two are I always skip as well.
Well, it's Come See About Me is more of like a song than like it is a rap. So it's kind of different like that. But I still like it for what it is. It's kind of like... Is that the only one on this album? I thought there was another one. That was kind of more like a song. Run and Hide.
Oh, yeah.
I really like Run and Hide, actually. Good. But, Hard White, it's okay. Definitely not at the top. I don't know if we're going to rank every song, because there's 19. Jayme said she already did, though.
Oh, my God, yeah.
I was just...
Or, no, I didn't rank them. I just, rated them on a scale of 1 to 10.
I could do that probably, off the top of my head. But we might say what our favorites are, but let's just keep going through it. We got Bed with Ariana. Her and Nicki, do a lot of songs. You think they're friends? It's kind of like you and me.
Who's who?
You know.
Okay. So I really liked that song when it first came out. And I remember I would always quote it. But I felt this was my problem. I overplayed it too much. Yeah. Where it's it's a great song, but now I'm just there's better songs in the album, I think I paid too much attention to that one because I do like Ariana Grande and Nicki, especially if they sing together. And so, yeah.
I feel like Bed sounds kind of more like a Pink Print song than it feels like a Queen song.
Yeah.
It's still good. I mean, I think I might have overplayed it too. I always forget that it's on Queen because it was a single. Even forgot it was a single, and because it sounds kind of more like a Pink Print song.
Yeah.
For our fans that don't listen to Nicki, they're just sitting through this part being so confused. But
what's a Pink Print?
Right. Then we got Thought I Knew You, which she did with The Weeknd. Which is The Weeknd still famous?
Yeah, he's pretty famous.
Because I know he was big for a while there. Is he still?
I don't know if he's working on an album or something, but that's why he was famous, because his album had just released.
Not my favorite. Thought I Knew You.
I like it. Not one of the worst.
It's no Sir.
Oh, I know. It's no Sir.
But it's pretty good. I just say after don't like it. It's the whole album's pretty good, or else we wouldn't be reviewing the whole album. But yes, I still know all the words. Yes, I don't skip it. But I'm not gonna play it. I don't ever sing ooh, let me put Thought I Knew You on up next because I want to hear it.
Oh, right.
Then we got Run and Hide, which we already kind of talked about. I liked it. I think this one played in my car when my mom was driving with me.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, I didn't know Nicki Minaj made real music.
She said that?
Yeah.
Nicki Minaj, when my mom is in the car, she always asks me who's singing, and she loves Nicki. Wow. But she never knows, like, who it is.
I mean, I remember one time I was with my mom and maybe my dad. It might have been, like, at a dinner table or something. But they were like, have you ever heard a real gangster rap song? Because those songs are just ugly.
They said that?
Yeah, and I was like, don't look at my playlist.
Oh my god.
Because I don't think Nicki Minaj is, like, super gangsta rap in that way, but, like, I have some songs which, like, they probably would hear and they would be like, where did we go wrong? Like, I'm sorry, I have intense emotions. I don't know. Chun Sui, you said you like that one a lot.
Oh, yeah, that one, again, same thing with Bed. I listen to it a lot, where it's like, it's good, and I like Sway Lee. I don't know who that is, but he sings in it, and I think they both complement each other, like, I don't know. Yeah, it's good. To make a long story short.
I mean, track 9 is Chun Sui, track 10 is Chun Li. That was always weird to me, why it's called Chun Sui, you know? Or Chun Sui, however you say it. Sway. Like, because Chun Li I got, because it was, like, a reference to the video game character. But, like, to me, Chun, I don't know what that means, if it means anything. Yeah. And why this song's called Chun Sui. That always just confused me, because it seemed like it had something to do with Chun Li. But, like, it doesn't sound like it does. No.
Well, I mean, who's this Sway Lee person?
I'm another rapper. Khalif Malik Iban Shaman Brown, known professionally as Sway Lee, is an American rapper, singer, and songwriter. Oh. He is one half of the hip-hop duo Ray Srimond with his brother Slim Jimmy, but the first I is an X. His genres are hip-hop, trap, pop, and R&B. I don't know if he has any famous songs. Yeah. He was in Sicko Mode?
Well, it's, wait, is it just him?
I don't know. I can't believe Sicko Mode was nominated for a Grammy. He was in Sway Lee. Formation? Is that, like, Beyonce's Formation? He was a songwriter in Formation?
Really?
According to what I read on this wiki.
Beyonce's Formation?
Yeah. He's so close to the mic, this cat.
Would you like to add anything?
Oh. He sniffed the mic.
Was he purring?
He doesn't feel like he's purring. Stop grabbing his neck.
I'm feeling if he's purring. He is. He purrs really quietly.
Do cats always purr?
Not always, but they purr. Like, you can feel it.
You keep choking out this cat.
I'm not. Okay.
Let's just run through these last ones real quick, because we're already almost at 30 minutes. We got LLC, which... Oh, I skipped Chun-Li, because we kind of talked about it. But I think it's the best single. I really like it. Look like I'm going for a swim.
Yeah. Wait, no. Wasn't that Rich Sex? Oh, no. Yeah, you're right.
LLC... great, love it.
So good.
It's so good. I feel like it went under the radar at first, but I don't know why. I feel like it was good enough to have been a single.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs from this album.
It's so good. Good Form, we have a whole podcast about it. Go listen to that if you want to know our opinions. A pretty good song. Nip Tuck, I like that one. It's like, it's not the same kind of rappiness, but like, I still like the beat and I like how she sings in it.
I forgot how that one sounds like.
I'm gonna have to switch up on him. Snip, hit the nip tuck on him.
That's alright.
Yeah, you like her for her rap stuff.
I do.
Yeah, because like when she sings, it's type of music that you wouldn't listen to if it wasn't a rap. That's just how you are. Too late interlude. I think it's fun. I mean, it's an interlude. It's hard to rate. Come See About Me. Oh, God. It's kind of a song. I mean, she had something to say. She said it. Good for her. Not bad. Just not. It's not the same kind of rappy as the rest of the album, so it's weird to rate them together. Sir, it's okay. I still probably won't switch it, but I'd have no clue what Future's saying. On the gas, sir. On the gas, sir.
But I do have respect for it, because, I mean, I've tried to... What's that one, like, poetry thing called where you rhyme each, like, last letter or syllable?
Yeah, it's
with
like...
the next line?
AABBCC, that sort of structure.
No, literally the whole song is just
Yeah, yeah, I know.
I respect that, because, like, I can never...
Yeah, like finding so many words that end with or just adding sir when she needs to, like, good for her. She makes
it work, but I don't like the song. Well, it's one of my least favorites from this album.
Yeah. Then we got Miami.
Oh my god, I like that one. I fucking love Miami.
Just the other day I was out in Miami. It's really good. I like that one. Oh, he's so hungry. Okay. Coco Chanel. Like it. It's also good.
Also really like that
Really like Coco Chanel. Inspirations outro. Honestly, I don't remember it. Probably pretty good.
I like it.
How's it go?
It just sounds like Coco Chanel. It's like...
Oh, that's probably why I didn't remember it. But I'm going to go take a break, feed this cat, and we'll come back and talk a little more about Queen. Welcome back to the podcast. During the break, I put a candy in my mouth, and that was maybe not the best idea, but here we are.
He's kind of allergic.
My throat is swelling and closing up. So before the break... That sounds so gross. Right?
Like, no, you do it.
Sorry if you're weird about that. I can't even talk. Sorry if you don't like those sounds. My mouth just won't stop making them.
That was so gross.
I know.
I'm gonna write that down so we can listen to it.
This is what you get for... It's like... I don't know if you've ever had them, but they're like Christmas taffies. And they're like super minty and also a little salty. And they're really good. And my aunt had some just in a little candy bowl, and I was like, don't mind if I do. Because you can only like get them in Christmas, so snatched.
How did she get them? Does she just,
she probably got a lot during winter. But yeah, to kind of round out talking about Queen, should we give like top 3 and maybe, I was gonna say bottom 3, but we don't need to bring in that negativity. Just top 3 songs.
Okay. All right. I think I know. Okay. Do you know it? Because you can go first.
I think 1 and 2 are definitely Majesty and LLC. It's hard to say which one I like more than the other, because at first, if you would have asked me, like, week 1 of the album coming out, it would have been Majesty. But LLC's really grown on me. It's hard to say which one I like more, but, I guess I'll say LLC, because that one's, like, all Nicki, right? Like, Labyrinth is really good in Majesty, and Eminem's verse goes hard and he raps really fast, which I like. But LLC's all Nicki, and she holds her own, as always, and she does really good, so. I guess I'll say LLC's my number 1, then Majesty. And third, I mean, between... I guess I'll give it to Chun-Li, but Miami is close up there. What about you?
Okay. So, for 1, it's either LLC or Miami. Okay, on the other podcast, I rated... Okay, I'm gonna go off topic. I rated Good Form 8.5.
Go back and listen to it.
Okay, I think my favorite one is Miami. And I rated that one an 8. So, I don't know what I was on.
Well, because, like, when you're rating songs on an album, if they're all good, you don't want to give them all 8s because that feels wrong. Mm-hmm. So you'll probably just like, because even when I'm rating songs at the end of this podcast, it's like, well, I love this song, but I don't love it as much as other Nicki songs. But I love it more than songs that have given higher ratings. So it's just like
the whole album then? Okay.
It's just like
a scale on the album.
Well, that's not what we're talking about now. Just what are your favorite 3 songs? I'm
so,
just saying, in general, like, rating songs, it's weird, it's finicky. Like, don't trust our ratings.
Alright, so number 1, Miami. Right? Number 2, LLC. And number 3, Coco Chanel.
Oh, yeah.
Those 3 are my top favorites from Queen.
Chun Sui didn't get on there for you?
No. You wish.
You sounded so offended.
Right? You don't know me.
After I ate that mint, I just took a sip of water, and it's so nice. You ever had mint water?
Like with mint leaves?
Or that, or just... You said it's delicious with no emotion at all. But just like, drink water when your mouth's all cool and minty, and it's like, your teeth are frozen. Love that shit.
Yeah. I used to, like, stick
up her ass.
Yeah, and put some water.
And then butt chug.
What is that? Like when you chug with your butt?
Why'd you put up a little hand like you were whispering and not talk quieter at all?
Only because I was messing with my eyeball. And when I was messing with my eyeball, I think that, like, messed up the audio because my hand was going this way. Like, it sounded like that. Oh, it's in front
of your mouth.
Yeah. And then that's why I went like that, so you guys
okay, I don't hear me better. I don't remember what we were talking about.
Mint.
Oh, butt chugging. Butt chugging. It's where you, I don't think it actually works, so don't try this at home, but I'm not sure what they use. I think it's like a tampon. So like you soak a tampon in like vodka and then you stick it up your butt, and then because it might not be a tampon, it's just like somehow you get
That's not what I was worried about.
You get vodka up your butt.
You're like, don't worry, I don't know if it's a tampon.
I don't know if, like, Google it for yourself.
That's not what bothered me.
But like, because inside your butt there's like nerve endings and stuff, and it's like, you know, you got your good body meat up in there. Like, they think that the alcohol gets into you quicker and you get drunk faster and, like, stronger. Oh my God. I don't think that's science, but it's a thing.
That's crazy. I had no idea.
Would you ever, like, butt chug?
No. Steve-O butt chugged some hot sauce. His own brand of hot sauce.
Wow.
Yeah, his wife poured it in there.
Poured it in his butt?
Yeah. It was,
how?
I don't know. He's like a prankster. He's a prankster.
But how is his asshole so gaping?
It was blurred out.
But, I mean, I've never been...
You ever seen, like, Jackass?
Well, yeah, but that's not the... I've never been that close to a butthole, but, like, it's, like, closed, right? It doesn't just, like... You can't just pour something down it like it's your mouth.
Well, again, it was blurred, so I couldn't really tell if it actually went
I think hot sauce on the outside of your hole would still hurt.
Yeah, so that's probably what happened, or probably both, but...
Do you think Steve-O gets pegged?
I mean, I don't know if he wants to. I don't know if he's into that. And you taught me what peg means as well.
Yeah.
You know a lot about butt things, huh?
Have you never played Cards Against Humanity?
Yes. Oh, we used to play that game, but now we don't. Now we don't.
Yeah, I mean, like, watching YouTube and, like, Shane Dawson when I was young, and, like, playing that game, that's how I know all these, like, words. And then people are like, oh my God, how do you know that? And I'm like, did you not grow up in 2013? Did you never go onto YouTube?
I never really watched Shane Dawson, though.
I watched him. I mean, I still watch him. I think he gets way hyped for content that's, like, it's okay. It's not as good as everyone's hyping it up to be. I know some of you gonna hate me for that.
It's good, but like you said, it's not like...
I think his documentary series, like, they build up so much drama, and then it's always, like, next time, which, like, for me, watching a YouTube video is not where I expect to see, like, next time on, you know? I don't when I'm watching something on YouTube, I'm not there because it's an episodic thing, you know?
I like that, like, BuzzFeed Unsolved thing.
I've never watched that.
It's funny. I like it.
Like, I do, because there are YouTube shows, and, like, I like that sort of thing, and, like, people, like, when I used to watch video games, I'd watch Let's Play, which was, like, an episodic thing, and pretty much all sorts of videos are kind of episodic, like, where they find something that works and they keep doing it. But when I'm with Shane Dawson, since it was never like that, it just feels weird, because, excuse me, you get, like, an hour and a half of content, and then there's still more to come. Like, if I'm watching that much, I expect there to be some sort of resolution, some sort of payoff. Yeah. So I guess, like, if you wait for it all to come out, then at that point it's fine. But sometimes I feel like it's longer than it needs to be. But, like, still, I've stuck around and watched it, so, like...
Right?
It's not like I don't like it, it's just I think people hype it up more than it needs to be. That's all. Also, did you see that post where he was, like, in a picture with Jeffree Star and his shirt had, like, all sorts of holes in it? And someone was like, "You're a millionaire, buy a new shirt." And he was like, "I'm sorry I grew up poor. Like, this is what I wore. This is what I wore to bed." And I'm like, change your damn shirt. Look.
You're gonna be wearing that same Pokemon shirt when you're older.
Yeah, but it doesn't have holes in it.
Oh, it's gonna.
If it has holes in it, I'm not gonna wear it. You're gonna shoot me. Yeah. But, like, buy a new shirt. If I had a shirt with holes in it, I wouldn't want to wear it.
Well, that's crazy. Okay.
And also, if it's what you wear to bed, because he like went to someone's house and posted a picture. Like, why would you post that?
He probably doesn't care. Like.
Yeah, but, like, that's so gross. Here's the thing about
roaches.
Roaches. But here's the thing about Shane Dawson. He is nasty and gross, and he plays it off as if it's endearing, and it's not. I don't know if
gross, because I don't really like.
He keeps a Gatorade bottle by his bed to piss in, and he doesn't shower, and he wears shirts with holes. Yeah, and he just, like, burps really loud all the time, which people do now as if it's comedy, and it's not. Like, burps aren't funny. Some of you can hate me for this, but burps aren't funny.
You sound like a little kid.
I do. I'm heated about this.
Oh my god, dude. Okay. When I was younger, like in middle school, before I threw up, I would always burp. I don't know. It's weird. I'm quirky.
I'm not like other girls. Before I throw up, I burp.
I'm a weirdo. And so, whenever I would hear someone burp, I would literally either gag or just get, like, really grossed out.
But, like, I've watched this new, like, comedy group on YouTube, and they're pretty good overall, but sometimes, like, this one guy just, like, goes off and just does, like, a bunch of burps as a joke, and, like, like I said yesterday, I think, I don't get grossed out by stuff, and it's just annoying, because it's not funny, like, it's not a punchline. At one point, he was burping so much he, like, spit up on himself, and I was like, that's when it's gone too far. He's actively vomiting for the joke. But, like, I don't know. Some of y'all got hate for me for this, but burps and farts aren't funny.
They're not.
One time, my music teacher was like...
She farted.
No, because, like, someone farted. It was, like, elementary school, and people were making fun of him. And she was like, it's a body function. We all fart and burp. It's not funny. Get over it. Yeah. And I was like, thanks for preaching, ma'am. Because I hate when people cop out for comedy. Like, that's such a cheap laugh that doesn't even work on everyone. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're going to try to be funny, do better. Me listening to our podcast.
Oh. But yeah, like, even to this day when I burp, like, I it doesn't gross me out as much as it used to, but, like, sometimes I'll let one out by accident, and I feel like...
Sometimes Jamie will let her rip.
I feel, like, so ashamed because it's so gross. Like, and I don't even want to be, like so, like, prissy or, like... But it's just, like, that's just etiquette, man. That's just good etiquette.
Like, how long have I known you? Like, at least a week? How many times have you heard me burp? Never.
Honestly, like, I think...
I know you don't remember anything, but, like...
Mm-hmm. Oh, I remember if you burp. No.
But, like, just out of, like, courtesy and because it's... Like, you don't have to burp loud. Like, After I drank water, I had like a little tiny burp, which I could have gone like blah or whatever. But like out of courtessy and like knowing that it's weird and like it grosses some people out, like why would you do that?
Yeah.
And so, when people like scream burp, like have you heard that?
Oh my god, yeah.
I know I'm calling out some of my friends, but you need to be called out, huh?
Which ones?
I don't think any of our friends, but at college, like a bunch of people I knew would do that.
Gross.
And like I said, it doesn't gross me out or anything. I just think it's weird. Like, why? Like, bitch, what is you doing?
Have you... I know I burped, like, yesterday. Because I remember that. Like, I was like, fuck. Like, I was like, that was so nasty. And I was like, sorry. Because I whoa. My voice was, like, leaving my body right there. like, did somebody turn the...
I was like, sorry.
God turned the volume
God
down.
said, shut the fuck up.
But what about me? I hope I don't burp.
But what about me? No, I don't think you do. Like I said, I think a lot of our friends don't really do it.
And it's mostly like little quiet ones.
Like when someone like does it like that, like if they put their hand to their mouth and just see them kind of like reverse hiccup, like then like why would you call them like? Obviously, then they're trying to downplay it, so it's not like an issue. It's like when people so like overdo it. It's like, what's the point? Because, like, burp humor, to me, burp humor, fart humor, just saying butt as a joke, that's, like, all stuff I'd laugh at when I was 6. Like, grow up.
Grow up!
Roaches! But, yeah, like, I don't know when I realized it, but I was, like, watching some kids at some point, just in the park, as I do, and...
At least I'm gonna taste this.
No, I was watching like my cousins or something, and they were like
Even
babysitting.
Worse. Even more. No, okay, I'm just kidding.
And like, just like their form of comedy was just like, cause they had like the TV on, and they just like saw a butt, and it was funny to them.
Oh yeah. My nephews, I love them, but they're like little freaks. I don't know, and like. Okay, I love my nephew so much. He's like 8, and he always says like China. like
Trump.
Yeah, or like if something is bad, he'll be like, "That's China." Like, what are you saying? Like,
I can't believe he hates China and McClane.
Right? But yeah, and then like. They watch these weird... Okay, he likes, like, Jake Paul. Me pretending I don't know his name. Jake Paul.
Oh, that's the first mistake.
So he watches stuff like that and, like, their songs. Yeah. But then, like, when he's, like, just chilling with me, he's so cute. And then he turns into this little shit.
Yeah. It's, like, kids' content... Because on YouTube, I know, kids' content is the biggest market. It's where... Like, if you are business smart and don't have integrity, you make kids content because you get a ton of money and views, and kids don't know anything. And, like, Jake Paul, like, always shilling his merch is, like, technically illegal because before the age of 7, I think, kids can't separate commercials from, like, their actual TV program. So, like, kids are so susceptible to wanting to buy stuff, which is why kids marketing is huge and why on YouTube it's so big because it's unregulated and they can make a ton of money off of these kids, which is all sorts of fucked up. But like, just if you've ever seen any kids content, it's so hard to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's not funny and it's so fake, and you know kids will like believe that stuff, which like, in my personal opinion, leave kids content to Disney and Nickelodeon. The people who like leave it to cartoons, leave it to shows like Hannah Montana and iCarly, which are like preteens, but kids can get into it too.
Yeah.
Like, dumbing down stuff is just gonna dumb down kids.
You see what has happened to me?
She watched kids content on YouTube. But like, I don't get it, cause like kids they only find things funny because we tell them it's funny. That's the whole reason being ticklish exists. It's because when your parents would touch you and laugh as a child, it makes you think like, oh, this is when I'm being touched like this, I should laugh. Yeah.
I thought it was because it's like a nervous reaction and like your body's way of telling you, or like your body's way of panicking. That's what I thought it was.
Well, maybe, but does any other animal get ticklish?
My cat. He bites me.
Oh, that might just be he doesn't like the way you're touching him. But also, like, when I was babysitting these kids, like, you know how you tickle is just like kind of like a light touch, like fast, that kind of just like feels weird. Yeah. It's like an itch, but you laugh at it instead of scratching at it. But like when these kids would try to tickle, they would do like grabbing, like, you know, like Ew. Just bending at the joints and like doing it on you, and it like kind of hurts. Like their nails digging into you and shit, and they're like tickle, tickle, and I'm like, what the fuck?
You get your Glock out,
right? But I just think kids' content doesn't need to be so dumbed down. Like Dora the Explorer, like Mickey Mouse, like that sort of stuff. Like obviously it's kids, like they're talking to the kids. It's basic problem solving and stuff. But it's not like I'm gonna make slime and then rap about Kentucky Fried Chicken.
I learned English from Dora.
I learned English from slime videos. Did I tell you when I was younger, I thought the Teletubbies spoke Spanish?
Yeah.
They just spoke gibberish, but I didn't know. Also, I didn't know there were any other languages. I thought Texas was the only place people lived because Sandy Cheeks was from Texas, and I was like, well, that can't be a coincidence because I didn't even know what a coincidence was. I was just like, well, obviously she's from Texas because that's the only place you could be from.
I thought everybody was from California. And I remember seeing, it was like a long ass time ago. I think it was Disney. They were like, you know how in Disney commercials they do like little skits sometimes?
Yeah.
They did this cartoon one. It was either Disney or Nick. I can't remember. Might not be either one.
It was Cartoon Network.
But right. But it was like a band playing, and this guitar was shaped as the United States, and my dumbass was like, "That's California. that's where I live."
Yeah, that was like I only thought there were two languages, English and Spanish.
Oh my god! Oh, where I grew up, there was like so many languages. But
yeah, I guess I should have known there was German because my grandparents speak it.
Yeah.
But I don't think about that. I also remember like so earnestly asking my cousins if one of them was goth.
Are you?
Because I was like,
are you emo?
I was like, you know, Amber, like, is she like goth? Because she wears like eyeshadow and she kind of looks like Sam from Danny Phantom. They were like, yeah, I guess. Wild times. Being a kid sucks. Like, just stop. Like, grow up. Like, grow the fuck up, kids. Yeah, Queen.
Oh, yeah.
Nicki Minaj had puppets.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about that one? There was, like, that movie. It was called, like, Rotten Cotton or something. It was, like, The Muppets, but it was, a detective film, and it was, like, rated R. And it wasn't actually Muppets. It was just puppets that kind of looked like Muppets. And
it was Rotten what?
Rotten Cotton or something like that.
Really?
I think so.
I thought it was named something else.
Well, they said Rotten Cotton in the trailer, and I remembered it because it rhymed. And I think Melissa McCarthy was in it. But I think, I'm not sure if this happened, but Muppets either shut it down or they tried to, because Muppets is so squeaky clean about their brand.
Like Disney?
Yeah, well, Disney had a bunch of racist shit in its past that it just doesn't bring up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Muppets has always been pretty good, I think. But, like, that's wild, right?
Yeah.
Because you'd think just, like, puppets are free domain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, maybe if they actually, like, referenced Muppets, then it could have been, like, a copyright thing, maybe? But I don't know. Like, can you claim a visual property that's not, like, a logo?
Yeah, well...
Because... Well, yeah, did you know, copyright's fucked up. You can't take pictures of the Eiffel Tower at night because it's copyright.
Why?
Because the building is copyright, but okay, so the old Eiffel Tower, like the main building, was from so long ago that it's not copyright. But they added the lights more recently, and that has a copyright on it. And the lights only come on at night. So if you take a picture of the Eiffel Tower at night, and you upload it somewhere, it could be taken down as copyright.
Oh my god.
And like I told you about the music industry being corrupt before. What's corrupt is the song itself, the lyrics, and the beat, and like the notes. Like you can't even, if you hum a song, it could be claimed for copyright. If we said one line, it could be claimed for copyright. Even though you're supposed to be able to use like 5 seconds of something without being copyright stricken. So I'm not sure how that plays into it. But that's just, copyright is wild, and like it needs to be reformed in the new age of the internet where stuff and IPs are so used willy-nilly and like not with malice. I just think like, I understand copyright like to protect your stuff so people can't take it. But like copywriting, claiming a YouTube video for like referencing a song is so dumb.
And if anything, they're getting more like
publicity.
Recognition. Yeah. Like, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, obviously, and I find a lot of music on there.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it's really called?
The Happy Time Murders.
That's what that.
Rotten Cotton is a different movie. Oh.
Yeah, that's what that one. I think I wanted to see it.
Rotten Cotton?
No.
The Happy Time Murders. Yeah, it looked funny. Which like, you know, I said I don't get grossed out by stuff. Like comedies don't make me laugh anymore. I don't know if comedies like gotten worse, but like stand up, I'll watch it and I'll be like, that's funny, but like I don't laugh. I'm not sure why. Like I find myself usually only laughing at like conversations, like real stuff, like in the moment, like with you and like with friends, like we'll laugh and stuff because I guess maybe because it's personal. And like when I'm watching YouTube videos, I don't usually laugh. I'll think stuff's funny, but it's not like LOL, you know?
Yeah, it's not like super funny. Okay, the only things I do find funny are, like you said, like conversations in real life. And dumbass like Instagram videos that I always send Jacob. Because those are so dumb. Like,
I started laughing and then I coughed. But yeah, the only thing she sends me on Instagram is videos.
Like dumbass videos.
They're so dumb. It's like someone thought this was funny and that's why it's funny.
See, I'm laughing about it now, but I get what you're saying. Like, I you know, I love movies. I'm a movie buff, but I don't really like show emotion when I'm watching it because I'm so invested in it. So like scary movies, I was never scared of them. Now I am. That's a different story. I'll still fucking watch them though.
Yeah.
I don't really cry in movies. The last movie I cried in was like The Fault in Our Stars.
Detective Pikachu.
Oh, right. The Fault in Our Stars. And that was like, what, 2015?
Oh, it was forever ago. I think we watched it when I was in freshman year.
Really? So it's 2015. I went with my mom and I was emotional that day. But yeah, like, I don't know.
I'm not, like, obviously I haven't cried in a movie in forever because I don't feel things. But maybe the last time was when I saw Toy Story 3 with my family. I know my mom and dad were crying when they were like going into like the fire pit. I don't remember if I did though.
Wait. Oh, or like I perceive things differently, or like it's just so stupid that it can be funny, or or it's like so bad that it can be funny. Like we were watching Sherlock Gnome, and there's this one scene where it was so evil, and I just like I couldn't help but laugh because it was like, that's fucked up.
Right. Or we went to watch Call Me by Your Name, and there was a scene where the guy sticks his penis inside a fruit that's either an apricot or peach. And when it was happening, I was like, what the fuck? And I like looked over at Jamie and I was like, what's going on? And the guy next to me was like, this is a rated R movie. If you're not going to act mature, you can get out of here. I'm going to call the manager. And I'm like,
that's what I wanted to say.
I was like, dude, he has his penis in a fruit. Like, nothing about this is mature. Like, that's the last time I showed emotion in a theater.
Okay, to be fair, you guys were talking a lot. Or you were talking a lot.
I talk a lot during movies. That's why I don't like to go to theaters.
You fucking do.
Because, like, I don't get the appeal of going to a movie, like, with your friends on a date. Because it's just you guys sitting in silence for an hour and a half. Or 3 hours if you go watch Endgame. That's why I talk during movies, because it's funnier to, like, have commentary during them. Like, that, it seems more fun. Like, why would I go watch a movie with you guys? I would rather be like actually spending time with you, you know?
Yeah. Why do you think I never like ask you to watch movies with me?
Right. Like if we would watch a movie, it'd be better to like watch it on the couch and then like talk shit during it. Yeah.
Or that, yeah.
Like
sorry.
Most of the time, like I was talking quiet in the movie theater, like always because I respect other people. But like still, people don't usually mind like if I'm whispering to Jamie. I don't know what this man's deal was.
Okay, it's an artistic movie. And very sensitive to some subjects, as well as it was in a movie theater where, like,
it was a fancier movie theater. I mean,
I get that they will kick you out.
Maybe I was in the wrong, but that guy reacted too strongly to.
I know. I wasn't gonna tell you anything because like I'm not that kind of person. Yeah. Well, now I am. No. But I was thinking like, can he like turn it down a little bit? Because I wanted to see that movie. That's probably why he was upset. Even though you'd already seen it. But I want to see on the big screen. It's so different.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, when I watch movies, like, I don't, like, talking during them doesn't, like, deteriorate from the experience for me. Like, I'm still getting the movie. Like, I've never seen a movie that I want to be wholly immersed in, like I guess you did with that movie.
Mm-hmm. But that's, like, me with every movie. Because
Even Monster Mash?
Were we talking during that?
Oh, we had to be talking shit during Monster Mash.
I feel like you were talking and I was trying to pay attention, and then like that's when we first started hanging out. So I was like, oh, I don't want to like not talk to him. So I was like, okay.
I mean, a movie like Monster Mash you can't take seriously. Yeah. That's why it's fun. Mm-hmm. Like, that's why I get that. That's like why me and my friends would watch The Bachelor together at college, because it's so fun to like talk shit about and make fun of, and like. These people like taking it so seriously and like we took it seriously too. Like the drama was so petty. Like when this one girl got sent home, like all my friends started screaming because they were so happy. And I was like, guys, it's after quiet hours.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, so like that's more fun than just sitting down in silence and like watching a movie. That's why I don't like suggest going to the movies with you guys, because it seems more boring than like what we usually do, which is like actually talk to each other and hang out.
Oh yeah, I love hanging out with you guys, because when I hang out with other friends it feels like not that I'm not there, but it's just like forced. No, not forced, just like I'm not there.
She's so faded.
And I feel like I always have to carry the conversation. Oh. And there's like 20 of us. So somebody's going to carry the conversation.
Right.
And we're so loud with each other. It's so funny. Like with everyone else, I'm a little more toned down. But we get so fucking crazy when we're with each other.
Like... we do get crazy. I wouldn't say we get loud. Like the police wouldn't they wouldn't be called on us.
We get so loud, Jacob. Especially me, because I yell.
We like yell at each other, but it's not like. I feel like we're not obnoxious like some people are when they're like loud. Like when people are like in the store and throwing stuff off shelves. Oh, like we're respectful.
We are respectful.
It's when you get us in a house when no one else is there that we start screaming, playing murder.
It's a game. It's not.
It's a game. I swear to God.
And wait, why did we call it murder?
Because what else would we call it?
Because we're not even... Oh, because we do kind of take people out.
Yeah, you take people out of the game. And when we take them out, you whisper, "You're dead." Oh,
we haven't played it in so long.
I know. It's so sad. We gotta play it soon. Jamie just wide-eyed looked around the room as if to imply that we should play it here, which I am not against.
You read my mind.
Yeah. Yeah, like... I have no clue what we've been talking about. Oh, we're talking about puppets. Queen. Oh. I feel like there's something else I was going to say. Is Jim Henson dead?
Who?
The guy who made the Muppets. Jim Henson.
I don't know.
I think he died recently. Jim Henson. Yeah, he made the Muppets. He was a huge creature designer. Yeah, he died... 1990. Maybe not recently. Maybe I saw something with, like, his son or his child. Maybe I don't know. There was this one sci-fi show where they did, like, Face Off?
Where they like do the makeup.
It was like that, except it was for designing creatures like Muppets or animatronics and stuff. Ooh. It was a show like that, and they did it at Jim Henson's factory. That's kind of when I learned like who he is. He made all the Muppets. When I learned that like the Muppets and Sesame Street were connected, I was like, what?
Wait, what?
The Muppets and Sesame Street, they're made by the same people.
Really?
Yeah.
I never really watched either one.
I think I watched Sesame Street a little because we had PBS. Mm-hmm. And that's the only show I remember on it. But yeah, I didn't really watch it much either. I feel like Sesame Street and Muppets is like what the generation between us and our parents watched when they were younger.
For sure.
I feel like it kind of, I think maybe it's had a resurgence, but when we were kids, like we didn't really. I feel like Muppets now is big in like movies and for stuff like that generation watched. Like they're making movies, they're not making kids content, you know? Mm-hmm. Bringing it back to kids content.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like even when I was a kid, I didn't watch stuff as dumb as kids nowadays do.
I know.
And I feel like it's not the kids' fault. Like, I'm not going to blame it on this generation like the old people do. I'm going to blame it on their generation for making kids' content this way. It's not their generation. It's the in-between generation. Like, why does kids' content have to be so dumbed down?
Yeah, it really is. Like, okay, I know SpongeBob is already dumb.
Yeah.
But have you seen the newer
episodes?
It
got dumber.
They don't make sense. Like, I watched a new episode and I was like, I don't know what's going on because it's so, like, it's random.
Yeah, I think it's because maybe kids are perceived to have, like, short attention spans, which is, like, true, which is why, like, YouTube is a great place to put kids' content because it can be shorter and then you can keep clicking and clicking. But, like, the content that's made, like, slime videos, like, making slime, I don't get the appeal of it. Like, I know to some people it's, like, ASMR and it's, like, visually whatever, but like that's not kids. Kids aren't gonna watch something because it's ASMR.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen.
Like unboxing toys.
Yeah,
it's so weird. It's like eerie too.
I get why kids would watch that more than slime, because like, in a sense, that's like you see what you're getting. Like the toys you want, you maybe can see like other kids playing with it, you know, to like make sure you want that toy. Even though kids probably don't think about it like that, they just probably think like, ooh, what's in the box?
Yeah.
Which is like crazy marketing. It's like those gacha machines, like the capsule machines, like at restaurants, the way you get a random capsule and it has a tiny toy in it.
Like
you put a quarter in it, like a gumball machine, but it has toys in it. With like little capsules and like
and like surprising
it's like that for kids gets all their money because kids love like the surprise, and when they don't get the one they want, because there's always one that the kid wants more than the others, they just buy more, and that's kind of what unboxing like follows.
That's what I did with the Harry Potter wands.
Yeah, that's what I did with these old toys called Bok Choy Boy Ninjas from this one Mexican restaurant I went to. I think I still have them somewhere. They all had different elements on them.
That's cute.
Yeah. Those were great. Loved them. But kids' content is so dumb, and I don't see why it would get better. Like, because even if it gets regulated to, like, have less ads and stuff, which it needs to be, like, less immersed ads, I think it's still so easy to create. Kids are still going to watch it. And, like, why would that change? Like, when the system works to make you money, why would it stop? So, Queen.
Oh, yeah.
Who's your favorite queen? Elizabeth?
I thought we were talking about the members, and I was like, how do you know?
The members of what?
Of Queen.
Nicki Minaj's album?
Queen who? Okay, Mariah.
Oh, are they the people that sing Yellow Submarine?
You're joking, right?
No, that's AC/DC.
You're so joking, Jay. Oh my god,
Jamie has fists. Jamie's ready to fight me.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. Anyways, you were wrong like 3 times. And I'm not bothered by it, guys. I'm not. Okay. Queen Elizabeth. I just spoke. Rewind. Play that in reverse. Play that. Okay. She's not really a queen. Do I have to say a queen then?
My first thought was the Queen of Hearts, Alice in Wonderland, which I don't know when I decided that I would like Alice in Wonderland, because it wasn't when I watched the movie, because I was too young to get into it.
The cartoon or like
the cartoon? But like at some point I was like, yeah, this cartoon's cool. I like the characters. I like the colors. And then I just decided to like be into it, even though like I haven't seen the movie in forever. Couldn't tell you what it's about. Like I know like vaguely, but now I have like all sorts of like Alice in Wonderland. I have like a notebook that has her on it. I drew her for some reason.
The Queen of Hearts?
No, Alice.
Oh.
And I don't know. I guess because I liked the symbolism in it, that I started like being into it, even though I wasn't as into Alice in Wonderland itself. I had to read it in like 6th grade, and then we had like an Alice in Wonderland party. And like,
sounds so fun.
Yeah, I was in GT, and she was like the best teacher, Miss Payton. She was great. She was an English teacher, which is probably why, like, the reading of it was so good. But yeah, who's your favorite queen, real life or not?
I don't know very many.
Yeah,
like real life and or not.
I feel like there's a ton, right? Like, because all I can think of is Queen Elizabeth and Queen of Hearts.
Yeah.
Like, there's probably someone in Game of Thrones who's a queen, but I never saw that TV show.
I've never seen that. I never saw that movie.
There's...
I don't really watch, like, like, royalty, or what's the word, like TV shows.
What do you mean?
There's like Crown, I think that's what that called.
Yeah.
And then there's like Game of Thrones, like medieval time.
Yeah. I thought Crown was kind of based on reality, but I might be wrong about that. Yeah, I like fantasy stuff, but Game of Thrones is like low fantasy. I probably would like it because it seems dramatic, and like I said, I'm a bad judge of quality. I'll pretty much like anything I watch.
Me.
Anything I watch, listen to, like I can barely ever tell when like a TV show, a movie, or a song is like bad. Sometimes I can, sometimes it's obvious, but I feel like I'm not into it that way. Like I'm not attuned to it, but I don't like real stuff. Like that's boring. Like why would I watch real life happen? Like Friends, like you watch that because it's funny, even though it's real life.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. Like why would I watch a slice of life movie? You know?
What? Oh yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
My favorite TV shows are like about life, like Workaholics and that 70s show.
But those are like funny, right? Yeah, it's because those are like kind of ridiculous.
They're entertainment.
Yeah, like, and I like stuff like Criminal Minds and Bones because it's like mystery. It's like at the end of the episode there's a payoff and then there's an overarching plot, and I like the forensic stuff. It's pretty interesting. Oh,
The Good Doctor was also really good.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
It's so good. Okay. Anyways.
We got to think of 5 queens before we can end the podcast.
Okay.
To keep it on brand. So we got Queen Elizabeth. There's a lot of them, but we'll only count one. Queen of Hearts.
Can we look it up?
No. Well, we can if we're running too long.
There's this one queen where, didn't she like put blood on her face?
Bloody Mary?
No. It was no.
The Red Queen? I made that up.
Who's the Red Queen?
I don't know. I made it up.
That sounds so familiar.
I feel like it's probably real, but I have no clue who it would be.
I think that's just the Queen of Hearts.
Maybe.
And then there's like a White Queen. There was a specific
Snow
movie.
Queen. The Snow Queen. That's what Elsa's based off of. That's 3. The Snow Queen. I think it was the Brothers Grimm, maybe.
That sounds familiar.
Let me see who wrote the Snow Queen. But that's what Elsa was. That's what the movie Frozen is based off of. So that's one. And the Snow Queen was a character. Oh, it's Hans Christian Andersen. I knew that.
Does Queen Bee count?
Beyonce? No, because we can't count Nicki. Even though she is the fucking queen.
There's like 3 Elizabeths or something, right?
Yeah, but I said that's cheating. I think the one that's alive is like the fourth. It's like, think of any movie, not any, but there's got to be some pop culture like cartoon queens, right?
Yeah, but I like can't think of any. Like I didn't even think of the Queen of Hearts. I completely forgot about her.
No, Peach is a princess.
Is there a queen in Smash?
Palutena's a goddess. That's kind of like a queen.
Doesn't count, really.
Is Rosalina a queen? Is she like the queen of space? The queen of Lumas?
I don't know. I don't really play, like...
Oh, there's probably queens in Fire Emblem. I don't play that game. Queen... Victoria.
What's, yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, right.
What's Merida's mom's name from...
I don't know, but she's a queen. We'll take it.
She's a queen.
There
we go.
She was a bear at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Merida's mom's name. Oh.
Merida.
I spelled it wrong. Queen Eleanor.
Oh.
Okay. Wait, Ariel had a mom, and it was Athena? That's wild. They all had moms. I didn't know they had moms, the princesses of Disney.
Uh-huh. I knew Mulan had a mom.
Yeah, but Mulan's not really a princess.
I think she's a princess.
She's a Disney princess, but her mom's not Queen of China.
She's my princess. Is Pocahontas a princess?
Not by Disney standard. Wait, by Disney's, yes. Sure.
But she's...
Disney Princesses is like an exclusive club. And I think that it's only based off of marketing, whether you're a princess or not. Because, like, Mulan and Pocahontas shouldn't be.
Those are my two favorite princesses.
Well, yeah, because they're the coolest.
Mm-hmm.
Other than, like, Merida, who's also cool. And maybe Tiana. I never saw that movie. Oh, Rapunzel was pretty cool. I feel like in a lot of the princess movies, the princesses aren't the focus at all. Like, Sleeping Beauty was asleep, like, her whole ass movie.
Oh, and, like, Aladdin. Literally, the name is Aladdin.
Yeah. I feel like Jasmine played a role, though. It's been forever since I've seen it.
Oh, did you watch... Or, I was going to ask if you watched the live-action one.
No.
I've seen it twice, and I would go again.
Really?
So good.
Does Jasmine play a big role?
Yeah, that noise is
I've
nasty.
seen it twice, and I can't remember.
Okay. Honestly, I feel like it goes more to the genie, to Will Smith.
Yeah. That's why, even though Once Upon a Time, like, people say ran a little long, like, it kind of got too complex and confusing and everything, I still loved it. I still thought it was a really cool show. Mm-hmm. Do you know what it is?
I've heard you talk about it.
It's basically, since Disney owns ABC, ABC took all, like, these famous Disney movie characters, and it's real life, and they put them in a town, like, together, and it was, like, a curse. And so it's, like, this whole Disney universe is connected, and you see all the characters, like, interacting with each other, and it's really cool. And the way they fleshed out the princesses, I think, is, like, one of the better things. Like, Snow White was, like, a leader of rebellion, because, like, the queen hated her, because she wanted to take down, like, the evil queen, and she was, like, an expert with, like, a crossbow. And
Have you seen just a really...
Have I seen Snow White?
Mm-hmm.
It's been forever.
It was like, I think it was made in like 19...
Oh, it's the oldest, like, I think it wasn't the first Disney movie with color? The first animated movie with color?
Like, Disney movie princess. Or for sure the
Snow White was the first princess, yeah.
Isn't it the first, like, movie, though? Because I know...
The first...
What's his name? Walt used to do, like, skits and stuff.
Snow White Importance? I guess. Ooh. The Profound Importance of Snow White. First full-length animation feature film.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought.
Yeah. I knew it was the first something, but yeah, we were right.
But it's
what were you saying about her?
It's like, I don't know, one of the guy, he goes to kill her,
mm-hmm.
and that's like crazy.
Yeah,
like,
it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Snow White is played up to be just like this innocent sort of ditzy pretty girl. Which, like, why in the movie I like how they made, or in Once Upon a Time they made her more important. Mm-hmm. And, like, Cinderella, there was two Cinderellas in Once Upon a Time. The first one was kind of a throwaway character, but the second one was way cooler. Tiana I mean, I feel like Tiana's already a strong character. I haven't seen the movie, but just based on like what I've seen. And like Jasmine, like her whole thing was she wanted to save her kingdom and be like a good queen. I don't know. It's just a really good show. I like what they did with the characters, even if the plot gets confusing. Just like the fact that all the characters are there and like they're interacting, and some characters like are two characters. Like Rumpelstiltskin, like turns out he was like the crocodile from Captain Hook, Peter Pan, and like all these like bad guys are played by him. I just think like I just think it's a really cool concept. I like it.
Yeah.
Even if like maybe it's not the best show. Yeah, I can't tell.
It seems like I would like that show, but I think I've seen like a clip from it, and I was like, "This is not it."
I mean, I think it takes a little bit to like get going, but it's a good show. And the Regina Mills is the name of one of the main characters, the evil queen. That's the same name as one of our counselors in high school.
Yeah, I knew it sounded familiar.
I thought that was so weird when I was like, wait a minute. But yeah, it's a good show. Recommend. Even I've talked to a lot of people about it, and they're like, yeah, I just had to stop watching. And I was like, okay. There is a season that's just like promo for Frozen that's kind of out of nowhere, but like once you get past that, it's the same.
A whole ass season?
It was like half a season or something. It was like when Frozen came out, like Elsa was there and the evil queen, and Elsa looks wild because like where all the other people kind of look like they're humanized versions of animation. Like Elsa's still like so bright and colorful and her hair is so blonde. But like that whole season's like I can tell it was just kind of promo for Frozen, or like because Frozen was big they threw it in because it's kind of out of nowhere and it has no impact over the overall plot. But like for what it's worth, it's fun. I like the main bad guy. She was good in that season. But so that was the podcast about Queen. The second half's never related, so don't worry about it. So I don't remember what we did with Born to Die. If we rated the whole album, I think back then we ranked every song. We had like a bunch of like little bits planned for what we do with album podcasts, but in my opinion that podcast was kind of boring, so I would prefer not to keep up something that doesn't work, and we'll see how this one
I'm gonna be real honest with you, I forgot we did that. You
forgot we did Born to Die? Yeah, because it wasn't great. Like go back and listen to it all the way through, hear it for yourself. I mean, we still talked about the album, but I feel like a lot of time when we're talking about the songs it gets kind of boring.
Yeah.
But, so, what'd you think of Queen? Should we rate it 1 out of 10 again?
Okay.
Like how we do with normal songs?
Alright.
See, it's gonna be hard, though, because of so many songs I like, I have to look at it as an album. As, like, a body of work. How am I gonna rate these together, you know? I
think I have mine.
Okay, then go for it.
It would either be a 5 or 5.5.
Wow, that's low.
Okay. I have so much more other albums that I really enjoy. And they're so different. And not just because they're different than Nicki, but I like those other albums a lot more than I like Queen, even though I love Queen so much. or actually, Pink Print still might be
your favorite Nicki album.
But like I said, like I don't want to. It's like I obviously will listen to it over and over again.
Oh, for sure.
But it's not like this album changed my life.
Right.
And
it's no Melodrama by Lorde. She laughs like she can relate.
Oh right, yeah. I haven't listened to the album. I listened to a few songs.
For me, it's hard because like I think if I was to rate it as an album, it would be different than if I averaged the rating I'd give to each song.
Oh yeah, so different.
If we consider the average I'd give to each song, it would probably still be like 8.5, 8.75, because there are songs on there that would probably get 10s from me, and like 9s, high 8s, and that's most of them. But then there's songs like Sir, Come See About Me, and like Thought I Knew Ya, stuff like that just doesn't seem to like fit in as an album, and like even like I said earlier, Bed doesn't seem like it fits in. It seems more like a Pink Print song. Like as a whole, it's hard because I do go back and I listen to Queen as an album, but more than that, I would listen to single songs.
Yeah, for sure.
So, like, I guess I'd probably give it like a 6.5 as an album. I think better than...
You're fake, Nicki.
Well, I mean...
Just kidding.
Because it's hard, because, like, I heard someone say, when... I don't have this perspective because I didn't grow up in the time where buying CDs or records was big, but back then the artist would care about like the album as a whole and like how the songs went together. And like even just some of the artists I listen to, usually more indie artists who are like closer to their body of work, it's like, oh, I was recording this song and I liked it, but it didn't fit with the album, so I didn't produce it, you know? It's like, and they said that nowadays, since you don't have to buy albums, even though I do, and you can just stream songs and you can just stream albums and it's just all randomized and you don't really have to like buy the album as a whole. You can buy singles or you can buy single songs. That like the album as a whole isn't seen as like a piece of work as much as it was.
That's why like, that's not why I like a lot of old music, but a lot of old music that I listen to has those components in it. Like, one of my favorite albums is Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Yeah.
Oh my, that's a whole ass season right there. And, like, okay, I recommend you listen to it because it's like you have to play it from the beginning to the end to make sense. There's some songs where they're, like, talking in a different language and, like, little voices, and it's, like, they're in a courtroom. It's so weird, but it's so great. And same thing with the other Pink Floyd album. I forgot what's the name. The most popular one, The Dark Side of the Moon. That one also fit in, but The Wall is so good. And if you like songs going with each other, I really recommend it. And you have to play it from like the first, or yeah, like, and you know that one popular song, Another Brick on the Wall, or it's like we don't need.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's like part 2 of Another Brick on the Wall. There's 3 parts to that.
Wow.
And nobody ever calls it part 2. They're like, oh, another brick on the wall.
I just called it that one edgy Pink Floyd song that I know. But yeah, like when I saw Lorde in concert and like she was tweeting or sending out mailing like emails because I'm on her mail list. I heard her talk about like something, right? And she was like, she talked about like the overall like themes and ideas of the album, which like that was maybe the first time I really thought about it that much, like because I would think about songs and like albums as a whole. Like when you look at the songs individually, they're great, and when you look at an album, it can be a completely different thing.
Oh, yeah, so different. Like,
if I had to pick out the themes, like, Nicki Minaj is, like, different than Lorde. Like, Nicki Minaj, like, she's great. She's a great person, but, like, her songs don't really have that much of a message, which is fine. Like, I still love them, but, like, I couldn't pick out themes to this. So, like, that's why I said earlier, like, rating songs and everything, it's so hard, because, like, it's not an established, like, system that I have. Like,
yeah.
I might, like, I've given pretty much every song a 7, but if you had me rank them, I could do that probably so easily on which ones are better than the others. It's just, it's hard. But, like, listen to the album. It's good. Maybe skip
really
Sir, but listen to it if you want to see.
Listen to everything else.
It's a good album. It's pretty much all the songs are really good and I listen to them. But like as an album, it's hard for me to say it's a good. Well, I can say it's a good album. I guess it's harder to say it's good as an album.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. If any of what we've been saying, it makes sense to like a person who doesn't analyze music every week.
Why do you think we made this podcast?
Yeah.
Literally about music.
We literally made it because of an album. Because of Miley Cyrus and her Dead Pets, which we haven't reviewed any of those songs and we're 20 episodes in. But yeah, like, if you didn't want to hear us like read way too into music, then why you listen to us? Because we're funny, thank you. Because we're beautiful, thank you. But also recommend this to your friends. Follow us on Twitter at Put It On Shuffle. Still haven't checked. It's been 3 days.
It's been months.
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. Thank you for watching, listening. It's a podcast. Bye.